Hey y'all, I've got a 5-month fitness update. I read it this time. This was just a good month. Hit a lot of goals, hit a lot of PRs, just a lot of 4 weeks of feeling fantastic. So, 20 weeks down in the recomping journey. And I keep reminding myself it took a year or more to put on the weight. It's going to take a year or more to take off, to recomp what I want to recomp. So this is slow and steady progress. Let's do my pics real quick. Once again, I do take multiple progress pictures. Some with my clothes off, some with my clothes on. I put the ones on here with my clothes on because I'm not comfortable putting my body out there on the internet. And so the descriptions here are from both pictures. So if you're like, I don't see that in this picture, it's because it's in the other picture and I have clothes on in this picture and that's why you can't see it. So first picture is the side picture. My boobs are smaller, which does make my belly look bigger, but if you look at the bottom of my belly, it is much flatter overall. And my personal pictures showed smaller upper and lower belly. So like up near my boobs was a lot smaller, and then I do have a belly pooch and it is shrinking. And then I have a panda tattoo on my side and it does get closer to the front of my tummy every month. So eventually it'll be maybe wrapping around the front of my stomach instead of being farther back. Next up is my back picture. It is slightly smaller everywhere but my booty. My bra is less indented. In my personal pictures, my back is just way more defined and there's less fat. And oh my gosh, the booty gains. We're going to talk about it after I'm done with all my stats and everything, but the booty gains. Oh my gosh. These pictures do not do justice what is going on with my butt. And my shoulders are looking rounder in the back. In the front pictures, I have slightly smaller boobs and they are up higher, which is exactly what I want. My stomach is flatter overall. My chest is looking way more defined in my clothes off picture. Oh my gosh, it looks good. And my underarms are smaller, especially the right arm. So there's some shrinkage in my arms, which is great. Next up is stats. For 20 weeks, I did 11,728 steps average per day. Not my lowest number of steps, not my highest number of steps. So just kind of average number of steps, and honestly, I gave myself permission to stop hitting 15,000 steps. Today my legs hurt, actually. I'm in week 21 and I gave myself permission to get 7,000 steps. So, I'm not really trying to hit a certain number of steps here at this point. I've done 5-mile hike by myself and I've done almost 7-mile hike with my daughter, and both times I felt fantastic. Average weekly steps was 79,165. Once again, not my lowest, not my highest. Total steps taken, 324,284. The miles was 145.8. So, pretty good. Now, intensity minutes are really awesome because I hit an average of 73 intensity minutes every day. That's fantastic. And that's even better because it's the highest it's been in now 3 months. The last time it was this high was week 8. So And we, like, also, like, I am not hitting zone 4 as often because I'm not running outside. I've been running on the treadmill. But I am hitting zone 3 for a lot longer than I was running outside at. So we'll talk about that. Resting heart rate, average resting heart rate was 61 and the high was 138, which is crazy because that's my second lowest average resting heart rate and my lowest high heart rate. But I did... Oh, you know what it is? I think what it is I'm doing a lot more zone 3 and a lot less zone 4 because I'm not running outside. I think that's what it is. Okay, that makes sense. Had to think about it for a few minutes. I have my in-body results. I'm not going to read anything off because, once again, I'm annoyed by the inconsistency. I was 198 last month when I did this, and I'm 200 now, so take that with whatever you want to. And then it said I am up 1.8% body fat in 4 weeks. Even though in all of my pictures I'm smaller. So no, thank you. I've given up on the scale. I deleted the app off of my phone. So I think the next step is deleting the InBody app off of my phone and not going to get the InBody scan done anymore because it's just frustrating me. Then, like, 1 month it's a really good numbers, and then the next month it's, like, terrible numbers. And I'm like, these numbers are meaningless. The numbers are meaningless. So, here's some cool numbers that aren't so meaningless. I did finally measure myself after a long time of not measuring myself. And so all of these inches are based off of my largest number to my current number. So the largest number was, I think, last year sometime, because I didn't measure myself in January because I was pretty much the same size as the largest numbers last year. So I lost 1 inch off of my waist and my stomach. So, like, I measured my, like, hip area as my butt and my stomach area as, like, a separate area. So I lost 1 inch off of both of those, and I lost half an inch off of my boobs, and I gained 0.25 on my right arm and a little less than that on my left arm. And I can't remember, I forgot to write it down on my legs, but I think I lost like half an inch off of both of those. And then I told you we were going to talk about my butt, and we are, because I have gained 1.5 inches on my butt since since the smallest measurement. Now, I realize I'm doing a ton of leg workouts because I'm running like 3 times a week, and then I'm inclining 2 times in one day, or, well, incline walking and then hiking. And then, like, I also am doing a leg day. And so I took any leg workout out of the rest of the week, which was core day. So I took it out of there and was like, I'm giving myself a proper rest day on that day for my legs. And, yeah. I am trying to... I still am enjoying pushing it, because this is all I really have going for me right now. Like, I have my daughter and my family and everything, but I'm not currently going to school, and I don't currently have a job. So all I'm doing is fitness and hiking, which is also fitness, and running, which is also fitness. And so fitness is what I'm doing. And so yeah, so I had to give myself a little bit more rest days, but I was thinking about it, and I don't really have a weight goal. I'm still just focusing on healthy habits. I also was thinking about how I am no longer worried about getting smaller. Like, yeah, I still would like to shrink the fat off of my belly and my arms, which would be great, but my arms have also gained inches, right? And that's not a bad thing. Like, my biceps are bigger. My legs are probably going to eventually start gaining inches because they're going to start getting bigger and more defined. And my butt is eventually going to tap out, but it may still gain another half an inch or so. And so I don't want to be smaller in those places. There are places that I would like to be smaller, and there are places that I would like to gain muscle, and that's recomping. So, like, I'm not interested in weight loss. I'm not interested in being the smallest version of myself. I'm interested in being the strongest, fastest, fittest, can hike 14 miles in one day and still make dinner. Like, that's my goal in the long term, because that's what I would like to be doing with my life. So I am just going to keep focusing on fueling myself and eating when I'm hungry and not eating when I'm not hungry, and eating vegetables and fruits and herbs and spices and good proteins and the occasional fatty foods and eating out. Like, what I have been doing for the last 5 months is working, and I just need to keep doing it. Like, it's boring, but it's working, and like, it's not even that boring. I change it up every day so that every week it's the same thing, but every day it's different, and that helps with the boringness, because I can say, well, like, I only do upper bodies once a week, and so I look forward to my once a week upper body. So this month was also a mindset shift, and I had less worries about gaining fat still. Even still, it's less and less every month. Every 4 weeks I come to you and I'm like, I had less worries. And this month I actually, for like the first 2 weeks, I was like, wow, my stomach is pretty chubby, you know? And then the last 2 weeks I was like, my stomach seems so much smaller, and I like see shrinkage. And then I saw a picture of myself from May 2nd, and it was like July 5th or so, maybe July 10th when I saw it, and I was like, my stomach looks different from that. Like, it looks smaller than that. So I am seeing the progress without the pictures. The other mindset shift was, there were weeks where I did the same exact thing in months prior, and I didn't count those weeks in the months prior, and this time it was counted with no second thought. There was no, does this week count? It was literally, I was like, oh, it was the week, it counted. It was like, I had a really great comment from someone that said, if it helps your progress, it counts towards your transformation, and it counts towards your progress. Or if it helps your goals, then it counts towards your progress. And I'm like, I wish, where were you when I was discounting myself? Just kidding. Thank you for your lovely comment. We were exactly where we needed to be when I was discounting myself. I was discounting myself, and then I found my value, and they were like, you're right. The progress you did was valuable. And I was like, thank you. You're right. Thank you so much for validating that. So, I value my progress. I validated my progress. I value my progress. There was no second thoughts this month. There's just documenting my life at this point. There's no more challenge. It's just fitness. Like, it's just my life. It's just my life. I'm just documenting my life. That's all I'm doing. Like I said, I'm seeing the changes. My upper belly and my side belly have definition, and my lower belly is feeling and looking smaller. And so they're also, like, my underwear is fitting differently, which is nice. It's also kind of annoying, but it's you know, it's great. So this last 4 weeks, very balanced nutrition. Felt really good in my nutrition, not a lot of eating out. Some balanced amounts of eating out and eating, I mean, more eating at home than eating it out. I made, my friend Christina, the well-traveled woman here on YouTube, I made her lunch one day, and she's like, this is like restaurant quality. And I told that to, like, my husband and my kid. And they were like, this is why we can't go out to eat anywhere, is because everything you make, Mom, is so much better. So, you know, it helps also that I love vegetables. I love the taste of vegetables, and I also know how to make vegetables taste even better. And so, I just add vegetables to literally everything, vegetables and fruit. Not to everything, but I add vegetables or fruit to everything I'm eating, so. I continue not to track or estimate food. I did find myself, like, today trying to count it all out, and I was like, just let it go. Let it go. You don't need to. You're just gonna eat. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna eat. You're gonna have a protein. You're gonna have a fiber. You're gonna eat. You're gonna have vegetables. You're gonna have fruit. You're gonna eat. So that's what I'm doing. I am living my life. I am eating and I'm living my life. I am just eating a lot of plants and a lot of protein. More plants than protein, though. And I still haven't restricted a single food. Nothing's off limits. Nothing's off limits. During these 4 weeks, I ran 5 miles for the first time. It was incredible. I ran 2 miles, and then I had to walk, and then I ran another mile, and then I had to walk, and then I ran another mile, and I walked, and I ran another mile. It was amazing. I ran it on a -3 decline, and that counts. I'm pointing at myself there in the camera. Ariel, that counts. Like, if I want my daughter to count her mile, then my -3 decline mile counts. So, everything counts. And 5 miles at a -3 is still 5 miles of running. So, I also started working at running on a -2 decline throughout the week. So, I'm working my way up the treadmill. And I feel like I talk about this somewhere. Yes. No. I don't talk about it here, but I am trying, in Atomic Habits, the first rule is make it easy. And so, like, I can't run 5 miles outside, but I can run 5 miles on a -3 decline. And I can run throughout the week, slowly working my way up to a -2, and then a -1, and then a 0, and then a 1, and then a 2, right? So, like, meet yourself where you're at. And this is where I'm at. I can't tell you enough how being able to run 5 miles or even 2 miles at a -2 decline and being able to lift heavy, like, I can now do a lat pull down of 100 pounds, and I can squat my body weight with 40 pounds. I can Bulgarian split squats 40 pounds. I can step up 60 pounds with, I mean, that's my body weight, so it's 260 pounds basically. That's incredible. that is just so empowering. Like, my husband was, my husband and I were wrestling, and I fought him off. He is 6'5", 250 pounds, and I won. Like, it's incredibly empowering. So I feel strong. I feel very strong. I feel strong and I feel fit. And running makes me feel like I'm flying. Like when I'm running, like I'm just to infinity and beyond. Because I feel like I'm flying. So I'm just proud of 5 months of consistency and adaptability, because there were no rules that were broken or anything. Like I've talked about before, something that's been really frustrating me is how everybody talks about how disciplined they are and disciplined, and yet nobody seems to look at the actual definition of discipline. And the actual definition of discipline is following rules of conduct or something, or code of behavior with the use of punishment. And I don't follow rules, and I don't follow code of behavior, and I don't want to punish myself. And so what I am trying to do is be adaptable and consistent. And so I consistently do the same routine every week. But if my body's not up for something, then I adapt and I walk instead, or I lower my steps for the day, or I take a day off, or I take a week off sometimes. I just give myself what I need in the moment. I am loving and loyal to myself in a way that is not, I do not focus on being disciplined. I focus on making small habits, small changes, and it's working. 5 months of consistency and adaptability, of not having to follow specific rules, but also following a consistent plan. There was a plan and there was a strategy, but there was no rules in place. So, I spent 5 months being devoted to myself. Absolutely. And I know that's probably a triggering word to a lot of people, because usually when we're devoted to God, right? But like, I can be devoted to myself. I can be a devoted wife. I can be a devoted mother, which means I can also be devoted to myself. And so if you look up the definition of devoted, it's loving and loyal. I am loving and loyal to myself, because I am able to say what I need today is to rest. And then I rest. And if today I have enough energy to do a 45-minute incline walk in the morning and then go on a hike in the afternoon, I'm going to do that, because that's also loving and loyal to myself, because that's movement. It's good for me. My body will adapt and change as much as I do as a person. So I find myself just loving myself even more through this process, and finding more power and strength within myself as I keep going through this fitness era. I am really proud of not punishing myself. No punishing movements, no getting on the treadmill to burn off calories, or to earn my food, or to just like, because I'm mad, because I hate my body or something. And that was never the reason for getting on the treadmill, or for doing a weight workout, or for going on a run. It was always just because I wanted to, like, I knew it was good for me. And even though I didn't really want to, I knew it would help me. And then every single time I didn't want to do the workout and I did it anyways, I felt amazing afterwards. Like, it was empowering too to be like, I don't want to do this. And then just finishing it and be like, wow, look at how capable I am. Look at how capable I am. I just, incredible, incredible. So I have only moved my body because I wanted to and it feels good, or because I knew it was good for me and it was going to feel good. And it always, if it didn't feel good, I stopped. I always stopped, but every time, it's just felt good. It's felt incredible, so. Like I said, this is not a challenge anymore. This is just my normal routine. I don't think about it. I just do it. I listen to my body. If it says I can't do it, I don't do it. If it says I can do it, I do it. There are low energy weeks and there are high energy weeks, and my body is wise. It knows what it's doing. I just need to listen to it. So if you're out there trying to learn to listen to your body and you're having a hard time, because honestly, sometimes it gives you mixed signals, or it gives you signals that you don't want to believe. That's the truth. It's not mixed signals. It's giving you signals that you don't want to listen to. Boy, oh boy, have I been there. But your body is wise. It knows what it's doing. So, there's no what's next month. Because after 5 months of consistency and adaptability, I have no plans to stop. This is my lifestyle now. This is, it would take like an injury to get me to stop for a while, and then I think I would just like get right back on it after I was healed, you know? So like, I guess that, like, there's no stopping me. There's no stopping me, because even an injury wouldn't stop me, because eventually I'd start up again after I was healed, which is what you're supposed to do. So, like, this is just a lifestyle now. This is my new normal. I am proud of all the therapeutic and mental work it took to get to a place where I can be so consistent with my health. Because I started in therapy and so many times trying to get a workout routine with my therapist, and it never sticking. And then, you know, 2 years after therapy ends, it sticks because, or a year after therapy ends, it sticks finally. And I don't know why it stuck this time. It just did. But, if you keep starting and stopping, I just hope you don't shame yourself for it. I just hope you can be kind to yourself in those moments, because there's lessons in that too. And I have been there, starting and stopping, and so often it was my mental health that was stopping me from being fully consistent, and it was because I was so mean to myself. I was so mean to myself. I mean, like, if you actually watch my videos all the way through, like, there's so many times where I catch myself saying something and I'm like, whoa, like, that's mean. Let's not say that to myself, because that's my process now. I catch myself in those moments being mean to myself, and then I reframe it. The power of the reframe is something my therapist taught me, and now I can reframe working out as something other than punishment. So I am proud that for 5 months I've put in physically hard work while doing the mental work, because while I'm in the gym, I'm not going, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. That's not what I'm thinking. I'm not on the treadmill running and going, I just want to be done with this. I just want to be done. I just want to be done. I'm not thinking any of those things. I'm thinking I'm consistent, persistent, and strong. I'm thinking I'm grounded, I'm protected, and I'm rooted. I'm thinking I love myself. I'm thinking I love running. I'm thinking I love this. I am thinking I am so capable and nothing can stop me from finishing these 2 miles. other than my body needing a rest moment. And that's not something to be ashamed of. Needing rest is not something to be ashamed of. So I just have a mentality while I'm in the gym that came from the foundation of therapeutic work that I did for 5 years with my therapist. And now when I'm having a hard time pushing a weight, I'm thinking, I'm so strong. Look at me go. Look at how capable I am. Look at how much weight I can push. Look at me go. Look at me go. Look at me glow. Go. Look at me glow. So I thank myself for putting in all of the hard work, the mental and the physical, because so many people talk about mental toughness because of the 75 hard challenge, but the real mental toughness is sitting in discomfort. If you can't sit in discomfort, anyone can trigger you. If I can figure out what your trigger is, which I'm friggin' excellent at, by the way, trust a psychology student to always figure out how to push your buttons. If I can figure out where you're insecure at, I can push your buttons so easily. I control you. Anyone who can trigger me can control me. It's not just you, it's me too. I am also anyone. We are slave to our triggers. So this is where I'm thankful for the mental foundation that I've built, because sitting in discomfort has allowed me to do hard things like lift 100 pounds on lat pull downs. So I have this written here, and I'm going to read it because so often I see people say this about themselves and then they immediately like almost brush it. I've literally seen people like brush it off with their hand, like almost like tooting your own horn, not okay. Gotta brush it away, right? So I'm gonna toot my own horn. So I just want to say thank you to me for doing the inner work that led to the outer work eventually too. Just thank you 2026 Ariel, thank you 2025 Ariel, thank you 2019 Ariel, everything in between, thank you 2011 Ariel, in between there, thank you 2006 Ariel, everything in between there. Just keep going, just thank you. Like, look at all the work you did that led here, just incredible, incredible. So if you are putting in the hard work of creating habits, if your habits are just drinking water, like that's where I started years and years and years ago, was just drinking enough water. If that's your habit, toot your horn. You're doing the hard work. Thank you. You. Thank you. Me. We are doing the hard work. So I will leave this one here, and I will always remind you multiple times in this video to be kind to yourself.